I'm a millionaire with a hole in his shirt. Welcome to the struggle.
Today we're going to be talking about a controversial figure called Andrew Tate. He's known for his very questionable dating advice and his views on women. And I could sit here all day talking about these things, and maybe I will talk about them further on stream, because a few weeks ago we did go through some of his videos on stream, but they were namely about vegetarians and vegans. So today we'll explore the nonsense that ensued.
So, vegetarians and vegans. I know this is an easy subject. You're thinking, Tate is going for the low-hanging fruit.
So he does lump in vegetarians and vegans in this video. They are very different. And as I'm vegan, I will be exploring it from the lens of a vegan and veganism. People think it is easy to take on veganism, but weirdly, especially recently, people have just kind of scurried away from debate when it comes to actually hashing out whether or not we ought be vegan. I wonder if Andrew would actually be willing to have a discussion or a debate on veganism and feel as if he could hold his view.
Because I do have an issue with it. Like if I meet someone and I like that person, and then they come along and go, oh, but I'm a vegetarian, it does make me like them less.
So he has a real problem with vegetarians and vegans. Let's find out why, shall we?
I don't know if that it doesn't make me racist. What does it make me? Veganist? I don't know what that makes me.
Veganism isn't about vegans, it's about other animals. So it probably makes you speciesist, i.e. you mistreat others who aren't human. But given your stance on some humans, like women...
What would you do if I was going on girls' holidays every other month?
I'd have to shut that down. I think it's disrespectful.
Do you go on a lot of holidays?
I can do whatever I want. You're with me, you don't want to. We go on holidays together, we go places together. When I have to go places with just the boys, you stay home.
It could just be like women just go on holiday to have fun.
And men will try and sleep with you.
So doesn't mean the women are.
Correct.
This is what I'm saying. You
agreed.
This
agreed.
Agreed.
It's not what reality, because we agree.
Yes, you do. Okay.
We agree. Okay. No, you're not moving on to the next question. No, we agree. Okay. We agree. You're right. They're going to try, and you're not going to let them. I agree. If I walk out to the car park, it doesn't matter how good the locks are on my car. If someone's trying to break into my car, am I going to let them keep trying? No. No. It's disrespectful. It's mine, and no one comes near it because it's mine. No one's going to try and steal it. For me to, I'll put it in a place where people are going to try and steal it is nothing less than irresponsible. My female is taken care of and has a fantastic life. She does not need to go on holidays to fucking Mykonos and be a hoe on some random table. Some random table because her friend met some dude on fucking Tinder. No. Stay home. Stay home.
It really doesn't pose as a shock to me that you are indeed speciesist.
But the reason for that is because if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, you deny reality.
Okay, so vegans deny reality. Let's find out how.
You have to understand that vegetarianism and veganism is not a reality. It's not a human condition. It's a religion. People say, I'm a vegetarian, as if they are actually a vegetarian, but they're not. Humans are not vegetarians. Humans are omnivores. We eat everything.
Yikes. An omnivore is an animal who has the ability to survive off plants and animals. A vegan is someone who engages in a philosophy that seeks to exclude animal exploitation and killing. It's kind of like saying we deny reality when we punish people for murder, because murder happens out in nature. We will find out through exploring this video, and if you know a bit more about Andrew Tate's takes, that he does love fallacious appeals to nature. So where is the denial of reality? I don't understand.
We eat meat, we eat plants, we eat lots of different things. So to say I'm a vegetarian isn't a reality because you're not a vegetarian. You believe in vegetarianism.
I mean, Andrew, I guess you're not heterosexual. You believe in heterosexuality because fluid sexuality is witnessed in over 1,000 species of animals. People deny reality when they call themselves any sexuality. You're going down this weird hole where you'd have to have a problem with a lot of categorization and labeling.
You practice vegetarianism, but you are not a vegetarian.
I think he's just confused. I think he's confusing the term herbivore with vegan. These categorizations mean two different things. One is a classification for what diet an animal needs or has. The other is a philosophy. They're two different things. I don't understand what's going on here.
So that's the first thing. It's a religion.
I think people categorize vegetarianism, or especially veganism, as a religion to make it sound dogmatic. But who's the deity we worship? Or the God? What is our church? Is spirituality entailed in being vegan? Something like football or soccer can more so be classified as a religion than something like veganism could be. So I don't know why he's calling it that.
And it's a religion which is fervently protected and defended. and propagated as some kind of ethical life choice.
It's not so much defended in many cases, it's actually despised socially. And yeah, it is a more ethical option. We're talking about excluding products that entail rights violations of other sentient beings. Do you not think it's morally wrong to stab a puppy in the face? And if you do believe that it's wrong to stab a puppy, then what's so different about these other animals where suddenly it's not an ethical problem?
I think it's awfully pathetic to be a grown-up and judge your entire self-worth or to purport your personality based purely on what you do and don't put in your mouth.
Veganism isn't just about what or who you put in your mouth or choose not to put in your mouth. There are many products out there that aren't vegan that aren't edible. You have to take into account animal testing, other materials, for example, leather or wool. Many cosmetics entail, animal testing or have animal products in them. He's just got a gross misunderstanding of what veganism even is, which is really interesting when he goes around saying that vegans are morons and deny reality. It's rare that you'll find people who haven't got other things going on in their life that, they use to mold their identity and their self-worth. This just kind of sounds like a person you've invented up in your head to make them sound bad.
Well, my name's Jody and I'm a vegetarian. Like, okay, so you don't put meat in your mouth. And that's how you want to let the world know you're an individual. Well, I don't put loads of shit in my mouth. I don't put cock in my mouth.
You're denying reality when you let people know that you don't put cock in your mouth. Again, denying reality by just trying to let everyone know, by the way, I'm heterosexual. But well done, Andrew. I also don't put cock in my mouth. The difference is, a cock isn't a sentient being. It is attached to sentient individuals. I can see one right on that head of yours. But yeah, when you put the body of a once sentient being in your mouth, there's kind of a difference there. I really hope I won't have to explain to you why that difference is important here. Also, it's rare that you'll find someone who comes up to you, except me, of course, who will just go, "Hi, I'm Elle, I'm vegan." That's just something that I do, but typically it's not something that people introduce themselves with. Usually there's some context as to why they might be revealing why they're vegan. It doesn't typically happen out of nowhere.
I don't put chess pieces in my mouth. Like, does that need a name? No, it's just, to me, it's just inane. Like, why do you think this is so important? Oh, but the animals suffer. Shut the f*** up, man. Shut up.
Yeah, we're dealing with someone who has the empathy level of a spoon. I know you don't give a shit, but if you were the victim in this equation, you'd probably have a problem with it. We're talking about individuals who get separated from their mothers, have their babies taken away from them, who are mutilated, who are confined, who are exploited, and eventually killed. Sometimes the killing's not even eventual. Sometimes it's first day into their life, where they're thrown into a blender just so someone can eat an egg. But I guess we shouldn't care because you don't give a shit about others. Oh, okay, my bad.
The world is suffering. Everyone suffers. You suffer, I suffer.
So apparently, because individuals suffer, we should actively cause more of it. And we shouldn't care about the suffering of others. And we shouldn't even bother to maybe take measures to avoid that suffering or reduce it where we can. Okay, big brain Andrew giving some hot takes right now.
And if you gave a shit about animals, which you don't anyway, because you give a shit about the cute ones, but you don't give a shit about the cockroaches. So you're just a hypocrite to start with. I mean, there's so many fucking mistakes in it.
Where does he get the idea that vegans don't want to exploit and kill animals who aren't cute? I mean, I'm all for human rights. I don't find all humans cute. I'm not about to violate their rights because I don't.
Anyway, back to my original point before I start getting angry. They deny reality, and the reason they deny reality is this. For something to live, and for something to prosper, and for something to survive, something else must die.
So someone can kill you and it would be justified because they had to live? Or do we live in conditions where we don't actually have to kill others in order to survive any longer, really? I mean, you do, definitely. You're a millionaire. Considering we can live healthily without the bodies and secretions of other animals and can use other materials within our lives, why aren't we doing it?
So why am I supposed to feel guilty for destroying an animal so that I can grow? When every single thing that's ever existed ever has destroyed something else to grow.
See how he just doesn't think through what he says? Possibly at all. So someone can kill you and they don't need to feel bad about it. You didn't require the steak made from the body of an animal who was probably bolt gunned in the head or had their throat slit and beforehand mutilated, stripped from their mother and confined. So this doesn't even make sense anyway. What's going on here?
Well, I'm going to come along and be Mr. Nice Guy, and I'm going to undo the laws of the universe.
Imagine saying this regarding any other rights violation. I wonder wonder how Andrew would feel about people who kill puppies. Like if he saw a dog getting beat down in the street, like would he do anything about it, or would he just think, oh well, that's the natural way of the world? Others suffer so that others can live. Right.
You think because you sit there and eat tofu that you're somehow changing the basic universal constants. You're a dork.
Oh, I'm definitely a dork, but at least I'm not an animal abuser.
I deny one of the most basic fundamentals of reality, which is for something to live, something else must die. I deny that reality.
Well, he actually made this video thinking he had a point. It's hurting me, it's hurting. I'm suffering actively right now.
Which is f***ing ridiculous anyway, because plants, you still kill plants. Oh, but they're not sentient, You're still killing shit. So who cares?
Oh my god, the suffering is increasing. Because if they're not sentient, they're not a subject. They have no ability to experience, and thus no ability to suffer. So what do you mean, who cares? Someone like this is a millionaire. Can you believe?
It's just ridiculous.
Oh, Andrew, I concur.
So I have a policy when it comes to vegetarians, and here's what I do. I've met a lot of them. I've always seemed to somehow, everything's going well, I sit down for dinner with some chick. Oh, I'm actually a vegetarian. I'm sitting there like, oh, of course you are. So here's the rules for dating vegetarians. We're going slightly off track. I'm going to do my fire quickly, but here's the rules for dating vegetarians. First things first, what you don't do, I know this is going to be a real crazy idea for most of you guys. Most of you guys are going to be like, what? Wow, whoa, I never thought of that. Don't be a little bitch. I know you've never thought of that before, but seriously, it's an option. Don't be a bitch. So when she says I'm a vegetarian, you say, okay, cool, that's cool. And she orders tofu with grass. What would you like? I'd like a steak, please.
Oh god, I love a bit of misogyny, it's classic. Let me just play into it for a second, okay? How about you don't be a little bitch and pay other people to do your dirty work for you? Why don't you, like a big man, go out and slit an animal's throat yourself? A warning to all the people who don't pay for this to happen, you might want to look away for just a moment. As I said, go slit the animal's throat, go pull out their teeth, rip out their genitals, gas them, bolt gun them in the head, artificially inseminate them, stimulate their genitals so that you can extract their semen, boil them alive, throw them into a blender when they're just a day old, take their babies from them, mark them with a hot rod so you know their number, confine them and stab them. Because these are all the things that happen in animal agriculture. Apparently the things that we shouldn't care about. So he goes on to cry longer and harder.
I've had vegans say, I would rather split up than cook you a steak. I'm like, get the fuck out then. Because I'm a meat eater, and this is my house, and I pay the rent, and there's meat in the freezer that needs cooking, and you're cooking it for me. So either cook it or get the fuck out.
And it's incredibly exhausting to listen to, because he said he had a fresh take, but we've all been here before, haven't we? He's actually made a couple of videos regarding vegetarians and vegans, so if you'd like me to go through this pain again, then just let me know in the comment section down below, and we'll explore a little more. But that's all I have for you today. I hope you're no longer content deficient. I want to say a special shout out to all the channel members and the patrons who support this channel so that I can whine and be vegan all of the time. Anyway, I do hope you're well, and until next time, salads. I will see you soon.